Farscape Engineers inspect the summary video. We're here in Haddon, and what we have here is a Farscape, pressure treated. Some signs and effects of what's going on here with maybe this water. You know, you got a gutter here that's that blew out. No, it's actually blown out. So she's gonna fall in the next winter. She's actually disconnected.
Right. Okay.
Okay. So the ice that's what's causing this corner to rot out. So you got to get a guy, otherwise she won't handle another winter.
Okay.
She'll rip right down.
Yeah, we just did the paint job 2 years ago.
Yeah, she's gone. She blew off the brackets. So over here you got original hardware. I mean original pressure treated. You got original nailings. The main thing that you may want to concern yourself with for the city during the time is you may want to add some additional lines in here to keep children from falling through. And it looks like there is children that play here, so that's a liability that is not normally allowed to have just a single line like that. They want some additional lines, and that will break it up. Or you can put some. I've seen they put that mesh, you know, that lattice in the back, and you've taken away the thing. Seal a lot of these up so that, and then start getting into the metal brackets everywhere. Metal brackets reinforcing everything through bolts. Where possible, or carriage bolts, so that you can basically stiffen, because a lot of these lag bolts are shooting, and this is what they're trying to concern themselves with, is what are you doing to get rid of all this wiggle.
Yeah,
so a lot of this is just plain metal. You just start getting metal. It'll buy you another 5 to 10 years. This is the wicking action of what happens when water gets to this lag screw. Lag screw feeds wicks it into there, and then what happens is she now starts splitting. So she split the wood through freeze and thaw, and also through the rusting that's going on in there. So a lot of times the cure here is just a big washer here with a carriage bolt all the way through to the other end with a big washer on the other side. Keep the original screws and basically button this baby up. So as you can see, some carriage bolts happening here and there. Any and all wood needs to be nailed down, no nails exposed. Some of this wood, it's showing on one of those that it's kind of bowing a little bit, so you need to either add some additional truss or some additional spacing so that she is not, see the buckling right there? So you may want to get either a sistering of another, and a lot of times it's 2x2 or 3x3 angle.
Or like what they did here, they've got a spacer between these two.
They can, and you can run at 6/8. As long as you run something that's going to be a cross member at 6/8, you know, that way nobody. So if you stay at 7 feet, which is 84 inches, you're going to be fine. So you can basically start running some stiffeners here and there to basically get some of these legs.
Right.
But just through normal freeze and thaw, we're starting to get these things to pull out. So some instability. Some of these don't even have, you know, the leg is not properly seating into the concrete. So you got to get something to metal bracket to hold that in play. If you want to get 10 years, I would get another stain on this, and then again, wherever you see a nail, I need to provide, to avoid the load test, I need to provide other evidence of strength. So every joint corner, the carpenter guy is going to have to, you know, hug the metal. If he doesn't like metal, then he can't work here. But as soon as the carpenter guy starts using through bolting, metal, plating, angles, gussets, this baby will last you another 10 years. Okay? And then on things like this, to not have to replace this, and definitely this is a concern for a load test, you can put a 2x2 angle this way, a 2x2 angle that way, through bolt it, and make a nice sandwich. Out of 2x2 angle, you get to keep your wood. That's how you're going to basically get a lot of this to basically just last a long time. So you want your carpenter to call with ideas and suggestions, and it is these ideas and suggestions that are going to be going to the city official for the permit. Right. A lot of these, without a permit, you can't touch this, so the rails need some more lines. You got that whole corner blown out. That's rotting your corner back there, so that needs to be dealt with. The existing structure that's there probably needs to be removed because it's doing nothing. So if it's not doing anything, It's actually, if it's acting as a support in any way, it's got to get out of there because it's like 90 years old, that thing over there. So that the original gray, they're using it to support some of that deck.
Oh, okay.
So you have to totally reinforce it or get rid of it and just put in the good green wood there, because that's going to be a low test criteria issue.
Okay. So
that's original hardware, original surfaces. So that should have gone the day they put the deck up. Why they built it into the deck makes no sense.
Well, they didn't really build it into the deck, did they?
Yeah. They built a deck around an existing platform. It's okay. We'll get rid of it this time, but it's some wood that needs to be pulled out of there. So you got a lot of the corners and everything. So carriage bolting, through bolting, nailing and screws is not going to do it because everything is kind of rotten and splitting. So the metal is going to be the other evidence of strength that will satisfy the city official to avoid the load test. Anything else, you cut any corners, the official will make me load test this at 100 pounds per square foot, and that means that we have to put sandbags. And this is let's say a 20 by 20. That's 4,000 pounds of weight I have to put up there for 30 minutes. And she's not, unless she's reinforced, she's not going to handle it. So, any questions? Fire escape engineers, Inspector Manessas here. 866-649-0333. 866-649-0333. And as well as all the cement in the bottom, same thing. You're probably going to have to get the sonotubes to come up. So you cut a sonotube in half, rip it, wrap it, duct tape it, and then basically just
the
lift your sonos, 4 inches off grade.
Yeah, the other option I have here would be to, depending on the cost of doing something, is to remove the deck, I presume.
And put a plain stair.
Right.
Plain metal stair. Right. So if nobody's using this as an actual deck, and it all depends on the value, who you're trying to sell this to, who you're renting it to,
exactly,
the deck may go away. If the deck is nothing but a trash can collector, a toy collector, situation collector, then yes, you can shrink it back down. So these are great for family-owned property, but when it becomes residential or rental property, a lot of times you minimize so that they don't collect stuff. Any questions? Fire escape engineers, 866-649-0333.